to the Store Manager Academy. We are in week 1, lesson 10. We're going to talk about coaching in the moment, the things you should do and the things you should avoid when coaching your team in the moment. First things first, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a store, a retailer, maybe a gas station, and a manager is berating one of their employees, telling them everything that they're doing wrong, and they're raising their voice at the employee? You need to fix this, you're not doing it right. I know I've witnessed that over a couple dozen times, and every time it has literally made me sick. I feel so bad for that employee because no one should ever be treated that way in front of customers or even in front of their peers. It should always be done in a private setting, and it should be never done in a angry tone, right? It should be done professionally. Now, there are two types of coaching. There is disciplinary coaching that is done privately in your office, and the outcome of that is for your employee to change their behavior, their habits, and their actions, or to quit or get fired. And then there's on-the-job, in-the-moment coaching, and those are two very different types of coaching. So let's talk about, number one, the disciplinary coaching. That should never be done on the sales floor. Even if there's not a soul in sight, never discipline an employee, never talk about their performance in a poor manner on the sales floor, in front of customers, in front of their peers. That should be done in your office, period. There's no exceptions to the rule. I don't care how upset that employee has made you, how many times they've decided not to do what you've asked them to do, and how easy it is for you just to tell them off right there on the sales floor. Do not do it. You may feel, happy about it at the end of the conversation, but what about that customer that was maybe around the other side of the picture that you didn't see? They just listened to that conversation, and now they have a poor taste in their mouth, not only for you, but now for your business. The company you work for, you're a brand ambassador. Now you've just made that brand look poor. You're probably going to lose that customer, and more than likely, if that customer is going to take the time, if it offended them more than normal, they're probably going to jump online and read a negative review on Facebook, on Yelp, on Twitter. Maybe they'll even email your company, and now you're in a whole heap of trouble just because you wanted to discipline that person on the sales floor. Don't be tempted to do that. Take it in the office. Really get your composure together. Make sure there's an effective plan of action set in place for that conversation, and there's a desired outcome for that conversation. That is a type of coaching that you do in your office. And we're going to talk about disciplinary actions and holding people accountable in a separate module. But today I just wanted to give you just the outline. Now, the other form of coaching is coaching in the moment. On-the-job training is what I like to call it. That's positive. You don't want to say, oh my gosh, you didn't count the money back correctly. You could cost this company a ton of money. No. If you notice a brand new employee not counting back the change properly, you can say, hey, I noticed on that last couple transactions you haven't been counting back the money. Is there a reason why? And they might go, well, oh yeah, I know how to do it. I just haven't done it. Okay, well just make sure you do it. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's customers really appreciate that when you're counting back the money, so they know you gave them the right money. And you just leave it at that. Now if they answer, well, I'm not really sure how to count money back, like, oh, no problem. Hey, turn your light off. Come with me for just a few minutes. We're going to do some fun training on counting back money. I guarantee you'll get it at the end of this 5-minute training, and then we'll go out here and have some fun. That's in the moment, on-the-job training. That's very positive. Another coaching moment is if you see an associate on the register, and maybe you have a item that you're upselling, and you see that this particular associate is offering it maybe every 5 or 6 transactions, when they know they're supposed to offer it on every single transaction every time. So you could just simply, this can just be on the job training. Hey John, you want to have a competition? Let's see how many upsells we can do on the register between you and Sally. What happened there? Did you say, hey, John, you're not upselling, you're doing a crappy job, I need you to do it or I'm going to write you up? No. You just put these two people in a competition against each other, and now if he's competitive, he's going to start upselling. Now, if he's not, that's when it goes back to the other types of coaching, the disciplinary coaching, where you bring John into your office and say, John, I notice you're not upselling on every transaction. Can you tell me why? And then you go through the process that we're going to outline in another module about holding difficult conversations. So that's in the moment, on the job training. It's just making small corrections, very positive, with a positive twist to it. Having the employee feel encouraged about the feedback that you gave them on the job in the moment. Just remember that word, encouragement. Always be encouraging when you're doing on-the-job training. In the moment training, coaching out on the sales floor, coaching on the register, coaching in receiving, coaching in the cash office, whatever it may be, make it positive. Use encouragement.